Hey there. Good evening. Good evening. For those of you who are here right on time, that means you beat me. How you doing tonight? Are you here for the senior pet chat? I hope so. Now you can be here because you have a senior pet. Maybe you're here because you had a senior pet before and you want to learn some things so that now when you have your new pet, you can do some things differently. You might be here for a senior pet chat because a friend or family member of yours has a senior pet and you want to know what to do. Hey Gina, how you doing? Oh, your lady girl is 15 years old. What is lady girl a dog or a cat? I never know. Sometimes you never know by the name. Sometimes you never want to assume. I don't even assume lady girl's a female. This day and age, right? You'd be like, yeah, my boy, lady girl. No, okay, so a pit bull, 15 years old. Oh, that's pretty amazing. That's great for a pit bull, as you know. Awesome job, Gina. Okay, well, I'm glad to see you here today. We're going to be talking about a specific topic here in just a moment. While we wait for a couple more folks to get in, I had another meeting tonight from 6 to 7, then I had one from 7 to 7:30, and then I'm like, oh my God, my 7:30 senior pet chat. Ladybug, because no one is afraid of a ladybug. I don't know about that. I know some weird people, Gina. Okay, that where if anything that's flying, I don't care if it's as small as a ladybug, they are not having it. Okay, but I feel you, ladybug. That is a cute name, ladybug, lady girl. I love it. So tonight, let me pull up my other screen though before I get into our topic tonight. Let's see here. I'm going to go over to my personal page so I can see if there are questions over there. Oh, all right, excellent. So I can see the comments over here as well. Hi, Katie. Hey, Robert. How you guys doing? See, I wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't looked over there. So great to see you all tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I love it. You already know that it's Senior Pet Chat. I come here every Monday night just to give back to the community that I love. I love senior pets. I love people who love senior pets. I always say, I'm going to make a poem with their grizzled grays and their eyes that are, telling you everything about what they've seen. I love senior pets. And again, we're not just talking about dogs here. I know that's the first thing that people think, a senior dog, what am I going to do? I'm having these issues and those. And I definitely will talk about them. And that is a large part of what we talk about when we talk about senior pets. It's cats and dogs. Although equine vets, I'm sure they talk about horses more so too. But here at Dr. Croom Mobile Vet Service, I like to talk about a variety of animals because we do see a variety of species outside of just cats and dogs. We see cats, we see dogs, we see reptiles, farm animals. So, we can see the gambit of things, okay? Although I do leave the horses for the equine vets, not trying to get kicked. You know what I'm saying? So tonight, our topic is senior pets and weight gain. Senior pets and weight gain. I'm sure all of the things that we're going to talk about tonight or advice that I'm going to give is stuff that I'm going to be like putting on my own specific list too, because all these things that you can do for the pets, you can also do for humans. It's a lot of the similar things. So senior pets and weight gain. I want to see if I can get some engagement from my audience. I have a few eyes. I'm sure you all are all pet lovers. So in the chat, tell me, what are some of the things that senior pets tend to either go through or deal with that causes them to have weight gain? What are some of the things, if you could put into the chat anything you can think of. It could be disease processes, lifestyle stuff, anything. Put in the chat what you think, because there are quite a few. Okay, I think I see a comment over here. Again, we're trying to see if you know any of the reasons that senior pets can get weight gain. Okay, I see a comment. Thank you there, Robert Crazy Air Holmes. He said arthritis. Ooh. Yes, that definitely falls right into a large part of the reason why senior pets can have weight gain. Arthritis. That's right. As we get older, those joints start to break down. The cartilage wears, the bones can be rubbing. And what does that make pets want to do? Walk more or walk less? That's right. Walk less. And so I actually have a solution for that. Okay. So some of the other things, thank you again, Robert. I appreciate you putting into the chat. Oh, I see another thing here too. Gina, you said thyroid. Yay! Yes, that is absolutely on my list as well. Thyroid, just like in humans, as we get older, our thyroid can start to slow down and become more sluggish. If the thyroid isn't making that thyroid hormone, that means our stress hormones and cortisol, those things are going to build up and we're going to gain weight. It's just no question about it. Okay. So the thyroid, hypothyroidism is definitely a big one. Gina, you also added poor diet. Ding, ding, ding. Where's my little bell? You guys, anybody who's seen me before, I like to do my teacher thing. Okay. So I don't have it. Or do I? Okay, I don't have it. But ding, 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 ding. Great job, Gina. Yes, you said thyroid. You said poor diet. So far, we've heard arthritis, all things that can cause weight gain in senior pets. Okay. Now, again, senior pets, I see reptiles. And so they have issues too as well with weight loss, with weight gain, I should say, with weight loss. Yeah, because they're not doing it. Does anybody out there in the audience know anything about why reptiles might gain weight? Because this is one that a lot of people don't really think about. They think cats and dogs. So they're not really thinking about reptiles gaining weight. Like reptiles can get fat. Yes, reptiles can get fat. And I was just learning a little bit more about this earlier today from actually one of the people in our chat right now, Robert Holmes. And he was telling me that as reptiles, especially geckos, age and their fat, oftentimes, if you know anything about geckos, their tail holds their fat. And that's, they can not eat for a few days if the tail fat is sufficient. But as they get older, fat can be deposited in other areas of the body too. And that is not good, especially like right behind the arms, little armpits. They have little holes there that we vets can go in and check. You don't have to be a vet either. You can just be a reptile enthusiast and know what's going on with them. But the fat, you can see the deposits back there. It's either going to be hard and crystalline because there's too much calcium, or it's going to be soft and mushy, and that means that they're overweight. Okay, so that's a big thing for reptiles as well. And it can have to do with the diet and all those things that you mentioned before, Gina, too. Okay, so let me just give you some of the other things. Again, great engagement. Thank you so much for giving some of the reasons that senior pets gain weight. Some of the other reasons are diabetes, Cushing's, and then we've already mentioned hypothyroidism. So all three of those are diseases that it's really not uncommon to find in older pets as the organs and the endocrine glands start to kind of wear down a little bit, right? Used up, then they're going to start doing less, okay? We know that the thyroid, of course, controls metabolism. So when that slows down, we slow down, they slow down as well. Some of the other things, which are exercise. less activity, right? Now, this less activity for a pet, right? Let's take a dog, right? For instance, that dog can't take itself on a walk, right? That dog can't do anything. And so that's why it's so important when you get a dog specifically that you get the right kind for your lifestyle. You don't get a Great Dane and you live in a 500 square foot apartment. Some people do, but you shouldn't. Okay. So less activity as they get older. That could be due to the owner exercising them less. That could be due to what Robert said earlier about the arthritis. If they're starting to have mobility issues, they're not going to be wanting to walk as much. Like I get this a lot from my clients where they're saying, yes, I've noticed he used to be so excited to go on walks and he would walk and he would go all the way around the block and we would go. And now he walks down to the tree and he sits down. He's like, I'm not going any further. I hear that quite a bit. And you know what? I've got a solution for that. Okay. If you have a senior dog specifically that has been maybe having some mobility issues or being overweight, maybe they just have less energy. They're like, I don't feel like exercising. What you can do is give that dog short bursts of activity. You want to give short bursts of activity, short and high tempo. Okay. So something like, hide and seek, go and find something where they're like mentally stimulated as well as physically getting that exercise in. Okay. So remember, senior dogs, give them short bursts of exercise. Okay. Long walks can really stress those joints a lot more. Okay. So let's see, Monique, how you doing, Monique? Great to see you. You said your Maltese lays around unless there's a treat involved. That is so common, Monique. Yes, unless a treat is involved, they ain't getting up. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. The treats thing, that's actually further down on my list too, because sometimes I've seen it. Pet owners kind of equate the giving of treats to love. I love my dogs so much. I love my cats so much. I'm going to just make sure their bowl is always full. I see it a lot with senior cats. And, and I ask, do they have just free food all day? Yeah, he's a grazer. He just comes and grazes anytime he wants. That's always the times that I put on the most weight too, and I graze. I stop the grazing. And we've got to stop the grazing sometimes for senior pets as well. Feed them. If they eat, great. Pick it up. And then at another set time, okay? Love is not equated by a full bowl of food. It can be the exact opposite where we're really not giving them the best we could be giving them by giving them more food, okay? So, you said works for the exotic side too, as far as giving, I think, exercising with short bursts of energy. I think that's what you're talking about, Mr. Holmes, where you get them out and get them moving, but just for short periods of time, you can get that energy, get that adrenaline going, get a little fat burning going on. With us humans, we do like that interval training, right? And then slow it down. Same thing for our senior pets, okay? So keep that in mind. Hello, Imani. Great to see you. Great to see you. Okay, so what did we say? The things that cause senior pets to gain weight: diabetes, Cushing's, hypothyroidism, less activity due to the owner doing less exercise, maybe. Also, you could have an unsuitable diet, which you had mentioned before, Gina, and it just might be wrong. Like as we change and our metabolism change and we age, different foods are going to be better for your dog, your cat, your horse, your goat, all of those things. Okay. So you want to watch that diet and make sure that you either consult with your veterinarian or try some different things and see what you can get. Maybe you can get some more a shinier coat, or maybe you could drop some of those pounds by giving a different amount of food. Also, with the food, you want to make sure that a lot of times senior pet owners also have a younger pet too. And you definitely don't want to feed them the same amount. I have seen that before where someone will have an older dog and then they'll get a puppy, and like maybe the older dog is losing some weight, right? They've got some weight loss or some muscle loss. And they're like, yeah, we gave them some of the puppy food, and so that he'll do that. And that's not always the right option, because sometimes with older senior pets, it has to do maybe more so with their gut not absorbing right, not having the right clearance so that things can be absorbed correctly. So definitely make sure you do not feed your senior pet the same amount as you would feed a younger dog or a younger pet. Okay. Let's see. We already talked about doing hide and seek games, stimulating the mind and body. That's a really big one, you guys. That's a really big one, because that mind, the dementia and the things that we experience as humans, exact same thing in pets. And for a lot of the same reasons. A lot of it starts from diet. Some of that fast food type diet that we give, meaning kibble, meaning not what they would normally eat in nature, basically a poor diet. Let's see. Amani said, I've had to put my senior kitty on a kitten food before because he actually needed more weight. Okay. So that's what I was just talking about. If that works in that situation, great. But sometimes it's not just like more calories that are needed. Sometimes it's the absorption. That's when sometimes you do need a vet in the situation, right? Okay. So great. Thank you so much, Amani, for jumping in there. I appreciate that. So last but not least, I'll say, let me finish up with on the treats side of the house, because again, sometimes we equate giving lots and lots of treats to our dogs, cats, geckos, turtles, tortoises, all of that stuff. We just ply them with treats. I love you. I love you. I love you. So here's a solution, quick solution that you can do. Instead of giving treats that are maybe tasty, but don't give anything, I have a solution for you. You want to give, for the dogs anyway, the multivitamin. A good multivitamin like the one I carry is going to be very, very important to those things I mentioned about the absorption in the gut. It's going to be very, very important of being able to give something. You say, okay, I want to give a treat, right? But you also want to give something with vitamins and minerals. So this is really this is something that I recommend to all my senior pet parents. I can tell you that right now. You can come and get a virtual visit with me. And if it's something going on with your senior pet, we'll figure out the specifics. Maybe there are some herbs that we can get him or her started on. Perhaps we can get some fluids involved if there's dehydration. But one thing that's going to stick and stay is going to be the multivitamin. And you can find that right on my website, which is drcroom.com. That's specifically for dogs. Oftentimes for cats and other animals, I will use my line of CBD. You may know by now that I do have the Dr. Croom Army Vet brand of pet CBD. I actually manufacture it myself. So it's not just made by some random vet. I actually manufacture it myself, and then it's third-party tested. Can definitely improve appetite for older cats, dogs, and smaller mammals. It can, similar to THC, it has a side effect of increasing that appetite, right? They call it munchies, but with CBD, there's no THC involved because we've got our pets involved. But it does have some of the same side effects. So for the senior pets, CBD is not only great for anxiety and stress and pain in the hips and joints and things, but also can improve the appetite. Did you know that? All right. So you can find all those things at my website, drcroom.com. If you do need a consultation, you can go ahead and schedule yourself right there on the website as well, drcroom.com. Any other questions? Oh, thank you, Imani. You said, phew. Glad my cats have the best vet ever. Okay, well, being that you're my daughter, some people are going to think that I maybe paid you to say that, but that would not be true. So thank you, Imani. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Gina, for signing in and joining today. Monique, great to see you. Hi, Katie. Really, really great to see everyone tonight on the Senior Pet Chat. I'll be back. I will be back next Monday. Same time, same place. Senior Pet Chat. We're signing out. Thank you.